Warning. This video contains themes of moral ambiguity, dark fantasy, and extreme conflict. Viewer discretion is advised.
For 6 hours, heaven and earth held their breath.
Fang Yuan, surrender the spring cicada and die quickly!
Hold your ground. He's still a rank 6 demon.
He's preparing something! Don't let him activate any goo! Stay in formation!
The sun sets over the blue mountain. The autumn moon with the spring wind. Mornings fine as silk hair. Nights like falling snow. Whether success or failure, looking back, nothing remains.
As those words left his lips, the veil of 5 centuries tore open. Once, he had been nothing more than a weary Chinese scholar, brushing ink under flickering lamplight on a distant blue planet called Earth. By some twist of fate, he fell into this realm, and here he stayed. 500 years, gone in the space of a single heartbeat.
So this is how fate ends.
Stay back! He's about to attack!
Full formation! Do not let him release the cicada!
He's activating something!
Brace yourself.
I failed in the end, yet there were no regrets. If the spring-autumn cicada that I have just cultivated is effective, I shall still be a demon in my next life.
The cicada's awakening ruptured the world itself. From the shattered earth, the river of time revealed its course. The cicada carried his will against the current of all existence. Echoes of what was and what could have been churned inside the river. Even an immortal goo could barely endure the torrent, and then it plunged into the deeper stream toward the past.
The night before the ceremony, Qing Mao Mountain did not sleep. The Guyue clan gathered before their ancestors.
Ancestors, please bless us. May this ceremony bring talent.
The last ceremony comes our host itself.
Once the prayers ended, the tension in the hall slowly loosened.
Time truly passes too quickly. It feels like the last ceremony was only yesterday.
Indeed.
In the blink of an eye, a year has gone by.
The previous ceremony feels like it just happened yesterday. I can still recall it vividly.
Tomorrow is the beginning of the annual awakening ceremony.
The Bai village and Shong village these few years all had some talented geniuses appear.
Especially that Bei Ning Bing from the Bei clan.
The boy's qualifications are splendid. In just 2 years of training, he has already reached the level of a rank 3 Gu master.
Among the younger generation, he could be said to be the most outstanding one. It has reached the point where even the older generation feels pressured by this promising youth.
In time, he will inevitably become the pillar of the Bai clan. At the very least, he will become an independently strong warrior.
But for this year's youths that will be participating in the ceremony, not all hope is lost.
You're right. Fang Zhi's side has appeared a young genius. Able to start talking after 3 months, able to walk after 4. At 5 years of age, he was already able to recite poetry.
The youths for this year's ceremony still have promise yet.
I heard a prodigy was born to the Fang household.
Spoke at 3 months, walked at 4, and was composing poetry at 5, they say.
Shame his parents passed so early. His uncle's raising him now.
Everyone, it's late. All of you should rest well tonight for tomorrow's opening ceremony, so as to ensure sufficient energy levels. At his words, the elders looked startled and exchanged cautious glances. The clan elders slowly dispersed, each carrying deep thoughts. Not long after, the long corridor became quiet. The spring rain breeze passed through the window, and the clan head walked toward it. He breathed in the fresh, moist mountain air. It felt refreshing.
The night passed quietly. Morning arrived over Qing Mao Mountain. Today was the opening ceremony. A day that would decide the future of many. At the very same moment, a pair of clear eyes quietly gazed at the same light sparkling in the night, filled with complex emotions.
Guyue village. This is 500 years ago? Looks like the spring-autumn cicada really worked.
The use of the spring-autumn cicada was to reverse time. Among the 10 great mystical Gu, it ranked 7th, and was no ordinary creature. In short, it was the ability to be reborn.
Returning to 500 years ago.
There had been much conflicting opinion about this mythical tale. Many did not believe it, and some were skeptical of its truth.
Very few people dared to truly believe it, because every time one used the spring-autumn cicada, one had to pay with their life.
Such a price was simply too great. After paying with one's life, no one could even be certain of the outcome. Thus, even if someone possessed the spring-autumn cicada, they would never dare use it recklessly. I wasted an absurd amount of effort. Humans were the greatest among thousands of creatures, but goo were the essence of heaven and earth. Goo existed in thousands of strange and mysterious forms, far too many to count. Some goo, after being used once, twice, or 3 times, would completely dissipate, and some goo could be reused repeatedly, as long as they were not pushed beyond their limits. I refined it in my previous life. Why can't I do it in this life? After putting aside thoughts of pity, Fang Yuan's heart burst forth with ambition and determination. To be reborn alone made the loss of the spring-autumn cicada entirely acceptable. Moreover, he had not lost everything. What he possessed was something precious. 500 years of memories and experience. Within those memories were countless treasures and precious items that had yet to be discovered in this era. He could grasp major events and incidents by following the veins of history. As his thoughts deepened, his brows slowly furrowed. 500 years was a very long period of time. Leaving aside vague memories that could no longer be recalled, even remembering the locations of hidden treasures and special encounters. Even an ordinary mountain boar could take his life. If I can reach the cultivation of a 3rd-level Goo Master, I will have the means to protect myself and leave the mountain. Through the eyes of a person who had cultivated for 500 years, Qing Mao Mountain was far too small. Yet while a cage restricted freedom, its sturdy bars also provided a certain kind of safety. In this short period of time, I'll stay inside this cage. As long as he could reach 3rd-level Goo Master, he would be able to leave this poor mountain. He would soon be able to begin cultivation as a Goo Master. When he thought about the awakening ceremony, old memories that had long been buried in his heart resurfaced. Talent, huh? His gaze remained fixed outside the window, calm yet indifferent. At this moment, the door to his room was lightly pushed open. A young teenager walked in. Brother, why are you standing in the rain by the window side? If Uncle and Auntie knew about this, they would probably be worried. The youth was thin and slightly shorter than Fang Yuan, his face greatly resembling Fang Yuan's features. As Fang Yuan turned his head to look at this young man, Fang Zheng lowered his head and stared at his toes, his habitual stance. His older brother was endowed with gleaming talent, while he himself was as ordinary as a stone. Everyone around him would say, "This is Fang Yuan's younger brother," whenever they mentioned him. His aunt and uncle constantly told him to learn from his older brother. Fang Zheng was not surprised by Fang Yuan's coldness. Ever since he was a little child, his older brother had always been like this. Sometimes he wondered, perhaps a genius was simply different from ordinary people. Even with having the same appearance as his older brother, he felt ordinary like an ant. Born from the same mother at the same time. Yet why was fate so unfair? As for Fang Yuan himself, his talent was only C-grade. Fate loved to play a joke. The twins, the older brother possessed only C-grade talent, yet had been called a genius for over a decade. The so-called talent was nothing more than a mature mind carrying a few ancient poems from Earth. With this, he managed to startle people and capture attention. Because of pressure from the outside world, Fang Yuan made a decision. He chose to maintain a cold and indifferent... Over time, the coldness became a habit he was accustomed to expressing. Because of this, his aunt and uncle were no longer harsh toward him and his younger brother. As the years passed and they grew older, the future appeared more optimistic. They began to receive better treatment. This was not love, it was investment. It was laughable how his little brother never saw the truth. He was not only deceived by their aunt and uncle, he also buried all his resentment deep inside his heart. Although he appeared to be good, natured, and honest, the seeds of hatred had already been planted. In Fang Yuan's memories, when his younger brother was discovered to possess A-grade talent, the clan spared no effort in nurturing him. He grew quieter and quieter, worried. At the thought of his aunt and uncle, Fang Yuan laughed silently. He still remembered clearly how his parents of this world had lost their lives during a clan mission. When he was only 3 years old, he and his younger brother had already become orphans. Life was difficult from the very beginning. He originally planned to live as a normal person. He even intended to conceal his abilities and bide his time. But reality was harsh, leaving him with no choice but to expose some of his talents.
His soul-burning desire was true immortality, no matter the cost. Anyone blocking his path would die. This pursuit would make the entire world his enemy, leaving him forever alone in blood. Revenge isn't my goal. The demonic path never compromises, he said coldly, then laughed faintly and glanced at his younger brother. Fang Zheng's heart trembled under that piercing, ice-like stare that seemed to strip him bare, exposing every hidden thought. Unable to endure it, he muttered,
"I'll see you later,"
hurriedly closed the door and left in silence.
It's already the hour before dawn. This body had not yet begun cultivation. Fatigue lingered, but his resolve remained unshaken. The spring rain had stopped. Fresh air washed away the remaining drowsiness.
Young Master Fang Yuan, you're awake. I'll come upstairs so you can wash.
The cold water cleared the last traces of sleep. Fatigue remained in the body, but his mind was already clear.
He washed without urgency, every motion precise. His body was young, but his habits were old. She waited silently, watching more than serving.
There is no time to waste. The day had not begun, but his resolve already had.
No emotion surfaced. Calmness was his armor. That's enough.
Jealousy flickered in silent eyes. This servant girl was nothing more than a watchful eye. In the past, she had turned toward power, and away just as quickly. Watching from the doorway, comparison took root.
Get ready. We're leaving.
His heart remained unmoved. The brothers joined the flow, heading toward the same destination.
Look, those are the Fang brothers.
The one in front. That's Fang Yuan, the one who created the poems.
So that's him, expressionless, just like the rumors.
He had long grown used to such voices. The darkness pressing on him came from his older brother. A suffocating pressure wrapped around his heart.
Those of outstanding talent naturally attract jealousy.
No wonder enemies followed him when the truth was revealed.
What he failed to see before, he now perceived with absolute clarity. The arrangements were deliberate, never accidental. People do not fear receiving less. They fear unfair distribution.
He now saw through his aunt and uncle's calculated schemes with perfect clarity. Planting Shen Kui to spy on him, dumping his younger brother a old wet nurse, and making countless small distinctions in treatment. All designed to plant unhappiness and drive a deep rift between the siblings. In his previous life, their plot succeeded because he was inexperienced and his brother far too naive. But now, reborn with hard-won wisdom, he could crush them all with ease if he wanted.
But I don't feel like doing all that.
Fang Yuan sighed lightly, a trace of carefree indifference in his voice.
So what if it was his own younger brother? Without the bond of blood, he was merely another outsider, someone who could be abandoned at any moment without a second thought. So what if Shen Kui became even more beautiful? Without genuine affection or loyalty, she was nothing more than a pile of flesh and bones. Take her as a concubine? She wasn't worthy. So what if they were his aunt and uncle? Or the clan elders? They were nothing but fleeting passers-by on his path. Why waste effort or emotion dealing with them? As long as they do not obstruct my way, they can simply step aside and scram. There is no need for me to spare them any care.
The sun rose, its rays brilliant, cutting through the lingering mist. Over 100 youths gathered before the heart of clan authority.
Good. You are all punctual. Today is the awakening ceremony, your life's turning point.
After that, he told the kids to follow them, but they
did not ascend the pavilion, but were led downward instead. Step by step, they descended into the depths beneath the clan. A vast cavern opened before them. The youths gasped in awe. Stalactites sparkled with colors.
Fang Yuan quietly observed everything.
Hundreds of years ago, the Guyue clan migrated from the central lands to the south border and settled on Qing Mao Mountain. They discovered a spirit spring hidden here.
That spirit spring became the foundation of Guyue village. They walked several hundred steps. In the darkness, a river emitted a soft blue light, like a star river in the night sky.
So pretty. It's really beautiful.
Listen carefully as I call your names. Those who are called must walk through this river to the opposite bank. Walk as far as you can. The farther you go, the better. Is that clear?
Yes!
For a brief moment, the resistance softened.
Guye Chenbo. 3 steps. No talent to become a Gu Master. Next, Guye Zhao Xie.
It was a pity that this youth could only walk 4 steps forward. He did not have talent either. Not everyone has the natural talent to be a Gu Master. Generally speaking, it is not bad if 5 out of 10 people have talent. In the Gu clan, this ratio is higher, reaching 6 people. This is because the Guyue clan's ancestor, The first-generation clan leader was a famous, legendary, and powerful man. Due to cultivation reasons, his bloodline carried powerful genes. Thus, the average quality of talent in the Gu Yue clan was generally higher, as they carried his blood in their veins.
2 consecutive failures. Tension spread through the crowd. Unlike the others, his steps did not falter. Light continuously gathered around him. He walked forward without hesitation.
Good. Guya Mobe. Be great talent.
Obey returned, the light around him fading gradually. The elder placed a hand upon his shoulder and examined the depth of his primeval sea. After 2 failed attempts, the watching elders breathed in relief.
Primeval sea, 6x6.
Fit for vigorous training.
Now, talking about special talent grading, it can be measured by 4 grades. A D-grade talent youth who was nurtured for 3 years would be able to become a rank 1 senior Gu master, becoming the foundation of a family. A C-grade talent youth, after 2 years of cultivation, was usually able to become a rank 2 senior Gu master, becoming the clan's backbone. A B-grade talent had to be taken care for. They often became a future clan elder, and with 6 to 7 years of training, they could become rank 3 Gu masters. And when it comes to A grade, even if it was just 1, would bring great luck to the entire clan. Great care must be given. With this talent, in about 10 years, they can become a rank 4 Gu master. At that moment, they would be able to compete for the position of the head of the clan. In other words, as long as this Gu Yue Mobe grew to his full potential, he would eventually become one of the elders of the Gu Yue clan. That was why the academy elder laughed happily. The elders watching in the darkness also sighed in relief. Then they all turned to look at one of the elders amongst them with jealousy.
What do you think? My grandson isn't bad, huh, Gu Ye Qi Lian?
Gu Yue Qi Chen!
Another B grade!
36 steps, 36 steps. Gu Yue Qi Chen, huh? In my memories, the clan heavily punished Gu Yue Qi Chen for cheating during the awakening ceremony. In reality, Qi Chen only had C-grade talent, but because his grandfather, Gu Yue Qi Lian, helped him fake the results, he appeared to have B-grade talent. To be honest, if I wanted to cheat, I had countless number of ways to do so, some ways even more perfect than Gu Yue Qi Chen's method. But firstly, I have only been just reborn. It was hard to prepare the cheating method with such conditions. Secondly, I would not be able to fake my cultivation speed. I would be exposed by then, but Gu Yue Qi Chen was different. His grandfather was Gu Yue Qi Lian, one of the 2 elders with the most authority within the clan. With this, Qi Lian would be able to cover up for his grandson. Qi Lian was always hostile towards Mo Chen. These 2 elders are those influential elders. To suppress his opponent, he needed his grandson to have an outstanding talent. Due to his help, Qi Chen was able to hide for a while. In my memories, if it were not for that incident, the truth would never have been exposed. If I exposed the matter on the spot, I would receive a bit of reward from the clan, but then he would offend the highly powerful Gu Yue Qi Lian. This was definitely not feasible. Also, due to my low status, I can't blackmail them lest it backfires otherwise.
Fang Yuan!
When his name was called, Fang Yuan showed no surprise. In his memories, this moment marked the true beginning of his fate.
So it's finally my turn.
The awakening river awaited him.
I can feel a layer of pressure. This pressure came from the spirit spring deep in the flower sea. The spirit spring produced primeval qi. Because the qi was too rich in here, it caused the pressure.
These are the Hope Gu. The person in charge did not tell them, but I knew it very clearly. Every spot of light is a Gu, known as the Hope Gu. One of the oldest legends talk about the Hope Gu. As per the legend, when the world was just formed, it was a land of savagery. Among the wild beasts that walked the earth, the first human appeared. He was known as Ren Zhu, eating raw meat and drinking blood, living a difficult life. In particular, was a group of wild beasts called Predicament. These wild beasts loved the taste of Ren Zhu and longed to eat him. Ren Zhu did not have a body as strong as mountain rock, nor did he have the sharp teeth and claws of a wild beast. How could he put up a fight with them? At this moment, there were 3 Gu that came up to him and said, "As long as you use your life to provide us, we will help you through this predicament." Renzu had nowhere to go, so he could only agree to these 3 Gu. He first gave his youth away to the biggest Gu among the 3. That Gu then granted him strength. With strength, Renzu's life began to change. He was able to protect himself and even have a stable source of food. He fought ruthlessly, but bravely. Soon he suffered, and finally realized that strength was not everything. It needed to heal and be cultivated, not spent freely at his will. Not to mention, when facing the entire group of predicaments, his strength alone was not enough. Renzu reflected over this lesson bitterly and decided to give his prime middle years to the most beautiful Gu among the 3. Thereafter, the second Gu gave him wisdom. With wisdom, Renzu was able to learn how to think and reflect. He began to accumulate experience and found out that wisdom was even more effective than strength at many times. By relying on wisdom and strength, he conquered all the goals that he formerly could not and ended many predicaments.
Renzu ate the flesh of predicaments and drank their blood, surviving through sheer tenacity. But time does not spare humans. Renzu had grown old.
You have nothing left to give us.
Nothing left to give. Lacking both wisdom and strength, Renzu once found himself encircled by predicaments. He had grown so old that he could no longer run. His teeth had all fallen out, and he couldn't even chew wild fruits or plants. At that very moment, the third Gu spoke to him. "Human, take me in. I will help you break free from predicament." With tears in his eyes, Renzu answered, "Gu, I have nothing left to give. Look, Strength Gu and Wisdom Gu have already forsaken me. All that remains is my old age, though it cannot compare to my youth or my prime. If I offer you my old age, my life will end at once. I want to live even a little longer, even if only for one more breath, so please leave." Yet the Gu replied, "Among the 3 of us, my needs are the smallest. Human, if you simply give me your heart, that will be enough." "Then I will give you my heart," Renzu said. "But Gu, what can you offer me in return?" In this desperate moment, even if Strength Gu and Wisdom Gu came back to me, nothing would change. Compared to Strength Gu, this one appeared weak and was merely a small orb of light. Compared to Wisdom Gu, it emitted only a faint, pale glow. But the instant Renzu surrendered his heart to it, the Gu suddenly burst forth with boundless radiance. Within that dazzling light,
"That's Hope Go! Retreat! We predicaments fear Hope the most!"
the predicaments shrieked in terror.
At this moment, Hope Gu converged into a stream of light and entered Fang Yuan's body. Under external pressure, they gathered in his abdomen and condensed spontaneously. With every step, more Hope Gu joined the light.
"This number of Hope Gu is lower than expected," thought the elders watching this darkly. Clanhead frowned as well.
24, 25, 26. At the 27th step, the light reached its limit. The burst happened entirely within him. Outsiders could see nothing. In that instant, his mind went blank. When his senses returned, an aperture...
Cannot go any further. Guyue Fang Yuan, 27 steps, C-grade talent.
What? Only C-grade?
The greater the hope, the heavier the disappointment.
The awakening ceremony succeeded. This was the hope that leads toward immortality. Watching that he only had C-grade talent, elders were disappointed, and Clanhead clenched his hands. Only C-grade? His socks were drenched in the river's icy water, the cold stabbing straight into his bones. Fang Yuan advanced with an unchanging, emotionless face, drawing steadily closer to the crowd. He could clearly see the Academy elders' grave expression and feel the gazes of more than 100 youths fixed upon him. Those stares carried amazement, shock, schadenfreude, malicious glee, and cold indifference. A familiar scene that unwillingly stirred memories of his previous life. Back then, it had felt as though the sky itself had collapsed. When he slipped crossing the freezing river and fell fully into the water, he had been utterly lost. No one stepped forward to help him up. Those disappointed, icy looks had cut like knives into his heart. His mind had spun into chaos, his chest burning with agony, as though he had plummeted from the heavens to the earth. The higher one rises, the harder one falls. But in this life, as the same scene unfolded once more, Fang Yuan's heart remained perfectly calm. He recalled the legend, "When predicaments arise, give your heart to hope." Today, that hope resided within him. Though small, it was infinitely better than having no primeval talent at all. If others felt disappointed, let them be disappointed. What could they possibly do about it? What did anyone else's disappointment have to do with him? The vital thing was to carry hope in his own heart. 500 years of life had taught him this truth. The truly interesting moments in a person's existence occur during the pursuit of one's own dreams. There was no need to beg others not to feel disappointed or to force them to approve. Walk your own path. Let others be disappointed or unhappy as they wish.
Gu Yue Fang Zheng.
Silence.
Next, Gu Yue Fang Zheng.
Aim struck him like a hammer.
I am here!
Look at him!
Humiliation spread through the cavern. He stepped forward.
This is such a huge embarrassment.
Ah! The Fang family's hopeless older and younger brother.
Brother, go on. The road to the future will be interesting.
Faced with ridicule and disappointment, Fang Zheng's heart trembled. It was only a C-grade talent, yet his brother remained calm. No resentment, no anger, only quiet certainty. At that moment, Fang Zheng felt an invisible pressure.
I never thought brother would actually be so calm. If it was me, Fang Zheng wore a stupefied expression as he walked towards the flower sea. Yet he had no idea that he was currently enacting a miraculous scene. When he finally snapped out of his reverie, he was already deep inside the sea of flowers, standing at a distance no one before him had ever reached.
Hope Gu gathered within him. 30 steps, 35, 43 steps.
43 steps. Impossible. This far.
A grade talent!
An A grade!
A grade talent! An A grade!
It's been years!
A great talent! He remained calm. A genius was born.
The clan elders watching from the shadows also cried out in unison, their composure completely shattered. Well, the Fang bloodline originated from our Qi bloodline, so our Qi family will adopt this Gu Yue Fang Zheng, Gu Yue Qilian immediately declared. How is that possible? You old fool, Qilian. Your morals and abilities are a mess, but you're definitely skilled at misleading young boys. It's better to hand this kid over to me, Gu Yue Mo Chen, to raise. Gu Yue Mo Chen roared back. Stop arguing. No one is more qualified to raise this child than the current clan leader. Whoever objects is going against me, Gu Yue Bo. The Gu Yue clan head had lost all restraint, his fiery red gaze sweeping over the disappointed and dejected faces of the other elders.
Humans stand above all creatures. Gu are the essence of heaven and earth. In this world, Gu exist everywhere. In soil, in bushes, and even inside wild beasts.
Right now, you are all rank 1 Gu Masters.
Elder Sir, Gu Masters have rank 1, rank 2, and so on. Can you explain it in more detail?
Gu Masters have 9 ranks in total.
From rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, all the way up to rank 9. Each rank is a great realm.
Each rank is divided into 4 small realms: initial stage, middle stage, upper stage, and peak stage. You have all just entered rank 1, initial stage. With effort, cultivation can advance naturally.
For D-grade talent, the primeval sea fills about 2 to 3 layers. Usually such cultivation stops at rank 1 or rank 2. For C-grade talent, the primeval sea fills 4 to 5 layers. Most stop at rank 2.
For B-grade talent, the primeval sea fills 6 to 7 layers of the aperture. With proper nurturing, they can reach rank 3, even rank 4. As for A-grade talent, the primeval sea fills 8 to 9 layers. This is the true genius.
As for rank 6 and above, they are all legends. Even I do not know the full details. In our Gu Yu clan, rank 6 has never appeared, but rank 4 and rank 5 Gu Masters once existed. They are recorded in clan history.
Many people were unable to stop themselves from looking towards Gu Yue Fang Zheng, who was an A-grade talent, feeling a mix of envy and jealousy, while there were some who stared at the corner at the last row of the classroom. Guyue Fang Yuan.
Look, he's still not awake.
Look, he's still sleeping. He's been sleeping for a whole week already. I heard he wanders outside the village at night, holding a wine jar.
He is still lucky that recently the village's surroundings were cleaned, so it's at least safe for him. Ah well, the blow was simply too devastating. Someone hailed as a genius for so many years, only to turn out to be a mere C-grade talent in the end. If only that were the worst of it. Of all people, it's his own little brother who's been declared an A-grade. Right now, the kid's the center of attention, receiving the clan's finest treatment.
As the students' discussion grew louder and louder, the Academy Elder's brow furrowed deeper into a frown. In the entire classroom, every teenager sat respectfully upright, brimming with liveliness. This made Fang Yuan, slumped asleep on his desk, stand out glaringly, an eyesore that pained the sight. It's already been a week, yet he's still this dispirited. I must have been mistaken about him at first. How could someone like this ever be a genius? The elder thought with growing dissatisfaction. He had spoken to Fang Yuan about this many times, but it had no effect. Fang Yuan continued doing exactly as he pleased. He slept through every single class, giving the teaching elder a constant, throbbing headache of frustration. Forget it. He's only a C-grade. If he can't even withstand this kind of blow, nurturing someone with that sort of temperament would just waste the clan's resources. Nothing good would come of it. Disappointment filled the elder's heart toward Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan was merely a C-grade, while his younger brother, Fang Zheng, was an A-grade talent. Now that was someone worth the clan pouring effort into raising. As these thoughts occupied the Academy Elder, he continued answering the latest question from the class.
Holding a wine
In
jar.
clan history, there were 2 rank 5 Gu masters. One was our first-generation clan head who founded Guyue village.
The other was the 4th clan head. He had extraordinary talent and cultivated to rank 5. If not for the demon flower wine monk's sneak attack, rank 6 might have been possible. But fate did not allow it.
Shameless!
Despicable flower
he robbed
wine
us
monk!
of a rank 6 ancestor!
It was all because of the flower wine monk! That demon was sinister and shameless!
Our 4th clan head was benevolent and died young.
If only we lived back then!
Flower wine monk, where did you die? Why is it that I still can't find your legacy after roaming around the whole village?
The story of the 4th clan head and the flower wine monk is something every member of the Guyue clan knows by heart. The flower wine monk was also a rank 5 Gu master. Back in his day, he was infamous among the demonic faction as a notorious flower thief who ravaged for many years. Several hundred years ago, he came to Qing Mao Mountain and tried to commit his crimes right here in Guyue village, only to be discovered by the 4th generation clan leader in the end. After an earth-shaking battle, the flower wine monk was beaten so badly that he fell to his knees and begged for mercy. The 4th clan head, being merciful and kind-hearted by nature, intended to spare his life, but the moment he lowered his guard, the flower wine monk launched a vicious sneak attack and inflicted severe wounds on him. Furious, the 4th clan head struck back and killed the flower wine monk on the spot. Yet those heavy injuries were beyond saving, and the 4th clan head eventually died from them as well. Because of this, in the hearts of the Guyue clansmen, the 4th generation clan leader remains a great hero who sacrificed his life to protect the village. In my previous life's memories, there was a Gu master from the clan who, after being heartbroken, started drinking heavily. About 2 months from now, that man, completely drunk, lay passed out outside the village. The intense aroma of wine rising from his body unknowingly attracted a liquor worm. The Gu master was ecstatic and immediately tried to capture it. The liquor worm fled in a panic, and as the half-drunken man gave chase, he followed its trail to an underground entrance and went inside. The liquor worm is an extremely precious and valuable Gu. Despite being intoxicated, that Gu master decided to take the risk and entered the hole. Eventually, he discovered a secret underground cave where he found the flower wine monk's remains and the inheritance the monk had left behind. When he returned to the village and reported his discovery, it caused an enormous stir throughout the entire clan. Later, that Gu master reaped tremendous benefits from it. His cultivation advanced dramatically, and became outstanding. Even the lover who had once abandoned him came crawling back, and for a time he became the talk of the clan. Sadly, in my previous life, I only heard bits and pieces of this story, so I never learned the precise location. I never imagined I would be reborn and return to this exact point in time. Flower Wine Monk, just where in the world did you die? These past few days, I've been buying large amounts of wine and wandering around the village as soon as night falls, hoping to use the liquor's aroma to lure out the liquor worm. Unfortunately, it has yet to appear, leaving me deeply disappointed. If I can find that liquor worm and refine it into my vital goo, it would be far superior to the clan's moonlight goo. In the blink of an eye, it's already April. There isn't much time left.
Past week, I have taught you how to observe your primeval sea, how to meditate, and how to circulate primeval essence within your aperture.
Now, it is time for you to refine your vital goo. After class, go to the Academy's goo room and choose one goo worm. This will be your first assessment. Whoever completes refinement first will receive 20 primeval stones.
Form a line! Enter one by one!
This is it! Choosing our goo!
In a goo master's path, the first goo is the beginning of everything.
This room contained only rank 1 goo. A goo master's first goo becomes their vital goo.
All rank 1 goo. Just as expected.
The Moonlight Goo was the Gu Yue clan's specialty.
All rank 1. Not much separates them. My real goal is still the liquor worm. Yet after all this time, the Flower Wine Monk's legacy remains hidden. For now, I choose safety.
Outside, the line was still long. For others, refining their goo could not wait. But Fang Yuan was not in a hurry.
My mind is still on the liquor worm.
After leaving the goo room, Fang Yuan headed straight for the tavern.
You've come again, sir.
These past days, Fang Yuan had been buying wine without pause.
The liquor worm still hasn't appeared.
With each passing day, his primeval stones were nearly exhausted.
Tomorrow I won't even have enough primeval stones to buy wine. The liquor worm still refuses to appear. Do I really have no choice but to refine the moonlight goo?
He was unwilling.
Brother, you really did go to the tavern and buy alcohol! You have to stop drinking. You cannot go on like this. You have no idea how worried the people who care about you are.
The air between them tightened.
Aunt and Uncle are worried. They want to see you.
The pressure came from silence. He could not meet those eyes for long.
What else are you gawking at?
Let's go.
He watched his brother's back, calm and unmoved. Only 1 month had passed, yet humans had already changed.
He tasted what his brother once lived with. Attention, envy, expectation.
That's him. So young, already chosen by the sect.
Look at the way they talk about him.
In only a month, everything changed. Now I feel what my older brother once carried. All those eyes, the jealousy, the hope, like being dragged from a dark corner straight into blinding light. It's beautiful, and it hurts just as much.
He couldn't stop thinking about his older brother, Gu Yue Fang Yuan. With all the attention and gossip swirling around him now, how was his brother handling it? Subconsciously, Fang Zheng began imitating Fang Yuan, trying to keep his face expressionless at all times. But he quickly realized this cold, detached style didn't suit him at all. A single shout from a girl in class was enough to turn his face bright red. On the village paths, the casual flirting from older women sent him fleeing in embarrassment more than once. He was like a toddler learning to walk, stumbling, falling, and picking himself up again as he adjusted to this new, elevated life. But he couldn't escape the rumors about his older brother, sinking into depression, turning into a drunkard, staying out all night, sleeping soundly through every class. The news shocked him deeply. His own older brother, the one once hailed as a peerless genius, a towering figure, reduced to this? But gradually, he began to understand. His big brother was only human after all. A blow this devastating would plunge anyone into despair. And with that realization came something else. An indescribable, secret happiness that stirred in Fang Zheng's heart. He hated admitting it even to himself, yet it was undeniably there. Even though his brother's cold reply depressed him once more, Fang Zheng lifted his head again. This time, he noticed his own toes stepping over his brother's shadow.
The sun was sinking, slow and heavy. Aunt and uncle sat high in their chairs, the oil lamp casting their faces half in shadow. Fang Yuan held 2 wine jars.
In the blink of an eye, you are both 15 now.
These primeval stones are for refining your goo.
Without a word, he took the pouch of primeval stones. His face showed nothing.
Thank you so much, Aunt and Uncle. Your nephew really does need primeval stones right now to restore his primeval essence. You've taken care of me and raised me until today. This kindness is carved into my heart forever. I'll never forget it.
Sit down, child. We have always raised you as our own.
We have discussed this carefully. We wish to adopt you and become a real family.
Only one of the two understood the weight of those words.
To be honest, ever since my parents passed away, I have longed for a family. To become a family with aunt and uncle. This feels like a dream.
Then shouldn't you stop calling us aunt and uncle?
Father, mother.
What a good son.
We truly raised you well. Well, we have raised you since you were 5. Fang Yuan, what about you?
Fang Yuan shook his head without a word. Brother, Guyue Fangjeng started to advise, but Uncle cut him off, tone unchanged.
If that's how it is, Fang Yuan, my nephew, we won't force you. You're already 15. It's time to start being independent. This way, you'll also more easily carry on your Fang bloodline. Uncle has prepared 200 primeval stones for you as financial support. 200 primeval stones? Fang Zheng's eyes widened. He had never seen so many in his life. But Fang Yuan shook his head again. Fang Zheng looked puzzled, while Uncle's expression shifted slightly. Aunt's face darkened. Aunt and Uncle, if there's nothing else, your nephew will take his leave. Fang Yuan gave them no opening to speak further. With that, he grabbed his wine jars and immediately left the hall.
Brother, father, mother, big brother is not understanding, it seems. Let me explain him.
Uncle waved his hand and deliberately sighed. We cannot force in this matter. Besides, you considering me your father, I am already very content. Servants, take good care of young Master Fang Zheng.
Then your son will take his leave.
Fang Zheng withdrew, leaving the living room in silence. The sun sank below the mountain, plunging the room into deepening gloom. After a moment, Uncle's cold voice emerged from the darkness. Looks like this brat Fang Yuan has seen through our plot. Clan regulations clearly stated that the eldest son qualified to inherit family property at 16. Fang Yuan's parents had died, leaving behind a fortune now taken care of by aunt and uncle. That inheritance dwarfed a mere 200 primeval stones. If Fang Yuan agreed to adoption, he would forfeit his inheritance rights. By choosing independence at 15, he also failed to meet clan rules. Luckily, we won over Fang Zheng, and Fang Yuan only has C-grade talent.
Then, husband, what if Fang Yuan decides to get independent at 16?
Since he's acting undisciplined, he can't blame us. As long as we catch him committing a huge mistake before he leaves and expel him from the family, it counts as stripping his right to the legacy.
But that brat is too clever for his age. How would he make a mistake?
You're really stupid. If he won't make one, can't we frame him? Just have Shen Sui seduce Fang Yuan, then scream assault. We catch him in the act, fabricate a story about him acting wild while drunk. Surely we can expel Fang Yuan.
Husband, you really have a way with things. What an ingenious plan.
Thick night colors blanketed the sky, stars mostly obscured by drifting dark clouds. Lights gradually flickered on in the village households. Guyue Fangjeng was ushered into a room.
Young Master Fang Zheng, the old master personally instructed me to tidy this room specially for you.
Matron Shen said hospitably. She bowed at the waist, her face beaming with a flattering smile. This room was at least twice the size of his previous one. In the center stood a spacious bed. Beside the window was a rosewood desk, and underfoot lay not plain boards, but a thick layer of soft, handmade carpet. From childhood until now, Fang Zheng had never stayed in such a luxurious room. He nodded repeatedly. This is very good. Really not bad at all. Thank you, Matron Shen. Matron Shen smiled warmly.
Young Master,
I don't deserve such thanks. Young Master, please eat well, focus entirely on cultivating. Leave all the chores to us.
Inwardly, he resolved, this time I must take first place. I can't let Aunt and Uncle down.
Instead of heading home, Fang Yuan gripped the 2 jars of turbid wine and walked toward the village outskirts. Night had deepened, dark clouds hid the stars, and the mountain breeze grew fiercer, heralding rain. He had to keep searching. His parents' inheritance required him to reach 16, so the flower wine monk's treasure was his only short-term chance. The streets were nearly empty. Dim lights glowed from roadside houses. Wind scattered leaves and rubbish. His thin clothes clothes barely blocked the chill. He uncorked a jar and took a small swig. The rough wine warmed him from within. It was his first real drink in days. As he moved farther out, houses thinned and lights vanished. Ahead stretched only darkness.
They will try to expel me, just like before. But this time, I am prepared. In his previous life, they framed him and stole his parents' inheritance. Men trample kinship for profit, whether on Earth or in this world. In this life, I cannot afford to make the same mistake. The Flower Wine Monk's treasure was the only shortcut.
Young Master Fang Zheng, the bath is ready.
Fang Zheng's heart jolted.
Bring it in.
The distance between the brothers quietly grew.
Your servant greets young master. Fang Yuan is only a C-grade talent, while Fang Zheng is an A-grade. A true prize worth any effort.
It's already been 3 days and 3 nights. The storm washed away his wine scent, halting the search before suspicions arose.
Only a fool would underestimate others. He closed his eyes and calmed his mind. The aperture appeared within his thoughts, endlessly vast yet infinitely small. This was the primeval sea of a rank 1 Gu Master. Gu refinement is not a moment of brilliance. It is prolonged resistance. Every drop of essence decides victory or collapse. A Gu Master must endure. This is cultivation. The moonlight Gu lay still in his palm. With a single thought, the primeval sea stirred. Primeval essence broke free from the sea. The Gu resisted fiercely. Refinement had begun. Without consolidation, all progress would be lost. Refining Gu was a war of attrition. It was a battle of endurance and control. Only by replenishing could victory be secured. This was the true hardship of refinement. Natural recovery is too slow. Primeval stones are the only solution. Without them, refinement fails. But resources are limited. This is the boundary of C-grade. The rain is easing. This is the chance. The liquor worm matters more. I cannot waste time here. Opportunity never waits.
Young Master Fang Yuan, it's me. It has been raining straight for 3 days. So I brought you some food and wine.
A conspiracy, huh? Oh, you came at the right time. I was feeling hungry just now. Come in.
Young Master can eat and drink to ease some depressed feelings.
Young Master Fang Yuan, the food and wine smells really good. I can smell it as I hold the box. Come, Young Master, sit down. Your servant mustered her courage today and wants to accompany Young Master for a drink. Tonight your servant would like to give her body to you.
Young Master, let me feed you wine myself.
So it's just a power play.
Young Master Fang Yuan, your servant is a little scared.
Looks like Uncle and Aunt sent you to tempt me and set a trap. The calm predator asserted complete control. Shen Sui, do you think I can kill you or not?
A gentle question carried the weight of death.
If he roared at me with an evil, thunderous voice, I might have fought back fiercely. But that smile, that soft, shallow tone as he asked if he could kill me, it sent a bone-deep terror surging from my heart. I'm so scared. I stared at him in horror, this young man beaming at me with that gaze fixed on mine. In that instant, I swore I'd never forget those eyes. Cold, emotionless voids, dark and profound like an ancient pool concealing a monstrous beast. Under their stare, I felt utterly exposed, naked in a blizzard of ice and snow. This man, he truly dares to kill me. He can kill me. Oh heavens, why did I provoke this devil? I didn't dare move. I couldn't summon the courage for any action. My muscles tensed rigid, my soft body trembling. My face drained pale as paper, and I couldn't force out a single word.
Since you've served me for so many years, I won't kill you this time. You can leave. Mercy arrived as coldly as judgment.
If you wish to escape from slavery, seek out my little brother. He is foolish and naive.
A wise man does not linger where danger waits.
Innkeeper, do you have any rooms available?
Yes, there are rooms on the 2nd and 3rd floor, cheap and tidy.
Safety lay in distance from familiar traps.
In the quiet hall, every shadow held its own story.
Ha! To the hunt! Drink up!
The old man watched the moon, hunting memories in its light. The men in fur bragged over their kill, the smell of cold iron still on them. And in the corner, whispers coiled like smoke.
All right. Just give me 2 minutes. I need to talk about a few important things. The schedule, the support, everything. This video literally took months to make. A lot of writing, structuring, editing, refining, and yes, real investment went into this. It may look smooth and simple, but projects at this scale take serious time to build properly. I could have made a basic explanation and moved on. That would have been easier, but I wanted to try something better. I use modern production tools to enhance the presentation, but the storytelling, structure, and interpretation are entirely my own. So I will be honest. Proper support directly affects how fast the next part comes out. If you can, join the channel. If not, just watch the other videos. Even let them run in the background. Like, comment, and share it with friends who are into anime or web novels. And yes, let's be real. Some of my older videos are not amazing. We are improving. For now, this is what we have. Also, sorry if I cannot reply to everyone. I am genuinely overwhelmed right now. This is the first time I seriously invested money into a project like this, and compared to anything I have done before, this was on a completely different level. It drained me, but it was worth it. If you are a novel reader, let me know if I missed something important. I want this to be as accurate as possible. And just to clarify, this is not an anime adaptation. It is a recap and explanation project. I do not have the time, qualifications, or infrastructure to animate full scenes. Even one properly animated minute could take months. If I tried to make full episodes, you would be waiting years. So this is the format. High quality recap with cinematic presentation. Now about negativity. Yes, there will be haters. That is normal. I do not have time to block everyone. So if you see nonsense, just respond calmly. No hate. Kindness builds better communities. Let us aim for 1000 comments on this episode. If we hit that, I will push hard to bring the next part faster. Also, follow me on X. If any copyright issues ever happen, that is where I will post updates. Reality is, not everyone supports. Most people are busy. But if you choose to support, even a little, it genuinely means a lot. Regular explanation videos are not stopping either. Those will continue. Views are not the issue. I just want to build something that feels bigger than a normal recap channel. And this is only the beginning. The next episodes will go even higher. Quick heads up to the fan-made manhwa by Kudoku Studio. This is not paid promotion. I just genuinely respect what they are doing for the fandom. It is not an official production, and still they are delivering studio-level quality. Some people complain about expressions or art, but anyone who understands how difficult even a single page is to produce knows the level of effort involved. Huge respect. Projects like that keep the community alive. Please go support them. And also support the amazing editors of the same community. They are doing incredible work as well. And please, let us stop with the misleading reels. They are funny, sure, but they are making outsiders think this is some BL romance novel. It is not. Bai Ning Bing is complicated, but this is not a BL series. The author is simply brilliant at exploring character dynamics without turning it into a romance story. He explores every possible route without cheap labeling. You will not regret reading it. The current schedule is 1 episode per month. I am aiming to shift to weekly once production becomes sustainable. Like the video, comment your favorite moment, hype it up. I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Take care.
So, will Fang Yuan be able to get the goo he has been searching tirelessly for?
Got it!
And what had happened between Fourth Clan Head and Flower Wine Monk?
Why was another pile of remains found here?
What will happen
if history had been reversed by the victors?
We'll see
This disgrace
in the
was
next
buried
part.
beneath lies.